Ayo, welcome to episode 4. Is that episode 4 of
Yeah,
the our wrestling podcast with Dillon and Nick called Cut to Finish.
cut to finish.
I can't
Cut to
believe
finish.
Cut to
We need to
Finish.
get a sound effect.
Yeah,
to
we need like a
finish.
soundboard or something where we just talk about Cut to Finish.
Cut to finish. And I think Sin Cara should be the one.
Oh no! Don't do that to that man. That man been through enough already.
I know we should. It's kind of sad that Sin Cara still gets talked about in the most negative way.
His entrance was cool though.
He had a cool entrance.
He had
I'll give you that. He had a
Yeah.
cool entrance.
His entrance was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He jumped into the ring, had the
Yeah.
trampoline with it too.
Yeah. And sometimes he wouldn't botch his own entrance.
Yeah, did he like jump like off the rope and fall or something?
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, man,
Yeah.
that dude.
I think one time he didn't even jump off the trampoline all that well, and like that just he botched the jumping of the trampoline, which I'm surprised doesn't happen more often.
That's
happen
true.
more often, but
Doesn't Ricochet have a trampoline? Or does he just like jump off the ropes and that's his thing?
I honestly can't even picture Ricochet. Whenever I watch Ricochet wrestle, it's usually a clip of him losing, so I couldn't even tell you what his entrance looks like anymore.
That's cold.
And
I mean,
Ricochet-
it's not untrue,
yeah,
but
right.
it's cold.
It's just Ricochet is just there to lose in the most spectacular way possible.
He's a new Kofi. Speaking of which, hey, guess what?
I don't know. Well, you know what? Hang on. I wouldn't say he's a new Kofi. Because Kofi actually had a decent career,
Yeah,
even when he was losing.
but like I was about to name drop Royal Rumble. I'm like, that Ricochet is gonna do something at Royal Rumble.
Is he the new guy?
I think he is. Because Kofi at one point, I think he was either hurt or because he was with New Day and only one of them could be at the Rumble at any one time or something like that. They had that whole pancakes thing. And then it was trying to keep him on the outside of the ring. So I think Ricochet is going to be the next one to do all the wild stuff with Kofi and maybe, I don't know, who's another high flyer? Rey Mysterio.
Oh, Rey Mysterio has done some stuff.
Yeah.
So I think there was one year.
And John Morrison.
Morrison. Actually, Morrison, I think he started doing it before Kofi.
Yeah, I think because he was the parkour guy.
Yeah.
So he was doing that stuff before
Yeah,
Kofi was
jumping
really
on
the
barrier.
barrier.
outside
That's
the
right.
ring. I think Rey Mysterio jumped on, or hung on to the ring apron one year,
Right.
and then Kofi just became like that guy,
Yeah.
and Naomi became the girl for
The
the
women's
women's
Royal
Royal
Rumble,
Rumble.
right?
So that's like a thing now.
Yep. You need one of those. I still think my favorite is Kofi doing the handstand.
Yeah, sure.
That one's still my favorite.
They were. I don't know. I had a lot that I liked, but I didn't. You know which one I liked was the when he used the chair as a pogo stick.
Yeah.
Because that could have went sideways.
That really could have went
Because
sideways.
that chair, because you jump a chair like an office chair up like
Yeah,
that with wheels on it.
Yeah, when you come back down, you can break those wheels.
You could break those wheels.
Easily.
It could even tipped over if he didn't jump right.
Right.
And that whole spot would have been blown. So I don't know. Do you? Let me ask this question: do we really need Royal Rumble spots? I'm kind of tired. I'm a little over them. It was cool for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, back when it was a once every 5 Rumbles.
Exactly.
And it didn't feel okay, who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Which one of us is gonna be the one?
Exactly.
It's become the who's gonna be the one to skin the cat?
Yeah.
Right. Who's gonna do the Shawn Michaels thing?
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask this question: Do we need regarding the Royal Rumble? Do we still need the surprise entrance?
Yes.
Because if it's I'm not talking about the Edges and the Christians of the world, people who are coming back from injury, and we never thought we'd see them in a Royal Rumble,
right?
Again, and now they're just wrestling again,
right?
I mean, do we need Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Okay. That coming from you says a lot because you the Hacksaw Jim Duggan guy.
I'm saying that if Hacksaw Jim Duggan came out the next Royal Rumble, I would pop. I got my thumb in the air. I'm chanting USA. Oh, the whole mark out.
Okay.
And then after it's over, I'm be like, that spot could have went to somebody else.
Yeah. I think it's 20, like, it'll be 2022 by next year.
Yeah.
I think we can let Hacksaw sit one out. Right?
Yeah.
I think we got they could come out. They don't have to be in the Rumble, though.
Oh, okay.
Right? If you just want to talk about, you want to, like, honor people who won the Royal Rumble.
Maybe like a old timers Royal Rumble
or something like that. Right? Just like greatest hits.
You're right.
Something.
Like, we don't need Mick Foley coming out.
Right. To do the Mick Foley clothesline where he eliminates himself.
And he immediately gets thrown out.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need
And he does his Mr. Sacco, and it's
he comes out there for a few pops. He gets thrown out. Like, I rewatched I rewatched the clip of the Royal Rumble that was in Madison Square Garden. This was the one where John Cena came back from injury.
Oh.
And Jimmy Snuka and Roddy
Piper, that's right.
And that was before that was really a thing.
Right.
And it was special because it was those two at Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it seemed like they just kept doing it and kept doing it. And there was one year where I think it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I think Booker T, who wasn't even wrestling again yet at that point, and JBL, who was like full-time commentator, like surprise,
right?
And it was just I think that was also the year.
Was that the 40 man?
It may have been. I don't remember that part. I don't remember. It might have been. I think there was also that. I think that same year Diesel was in it.
Wait, Diesel or Kevin Nash?
No, Diesel.
Okay.
Diesel,
with the glove?
With the glove.
Okay.
He dyed his hair jet black.
Okay.
And I was happy to see, but
Kofi was sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, I don't know if we need that anymore.
I mean, okay.
It's cool when it happens, but in hindsight.
But they also got to get more, like, they got to reach in. They can't just keep going to Hacksaw and, like, JBL.
Well, I mean, it's always going to be the same people.
I know, but, like, I would, can I get... I know, like, Godfather probably ain't never coming back.
Oh, he did do one. Godfather did come back for one.
I know. But, like I said, just space it out a little bit.
Maybe, okay, how about one?
Okay, we get one, like, Attitude Era one. Right?
Road Dogg.
Yeah.
I think did come back for one.
Yeah, or X-Pac if you're feeling up to it.
You and X-Pac.
Why you hate on X-Pac?
Why do you want to put X-Pac in everything?
I don't want to put him in everything.
I don't want to see X-Pac.
Why you hate on X-Pac?
I'm not an X-Pac fan like that.
Man,
if you're gonna put X-Pac in a like, you get one legend, and you're gonna go
go to X-Pac,
then
that man's a Hall of Famer. You better put some respect on his name.
He's a Hall of Famer by association. Nobody said we're inducted X-Pac. They inducted the NWO and they inducted D-Generation X, and he just happened to be in both of those groups.
Okay, look, he deserves it. Okay, he hit him with the X Factor.
Name all of Okay, how many world championships did he win?
He won the hardcore title.
The world championships.
He won
major titles.
He won the European title, I think.
How many world championships?
I think he won a light heavyweight title and a tag team title. That's all I got.
Yeah. Hall of Fame right there.
Okay, look. Okay. To be fair, Jerry Lawler didn't win no world title.
Not in WWE, but he was actually like a major wrestler before WWE.
Oh.
He had already kind of earned his stride. He was already a Hall of Famer before he got to WWE.
Oh.
Now, once he got there, he did nothing. He's more known as a commentator.
I mean, he was talking about the puppies, though.
He did talk about the puppies.
Does that man actually own a dog?
I hope not. I genuinely hope, if he does, I hope they get taken away from him.
Oh man.
Okay, anyway, we didn't
even really talk about what we was gonna talk about.
Yeah, okay.
Which is what has happened the past 2 weeks. Just the small stuff. I think Bound for Glory is happening soon in Impact.
I think so.
And they've got like a lot of stuff going on. One of which I'm surprised just happened. Awesome Kong got put in the Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
And I was
no pun intended.
No pun intended.
That's awesome.
That is cool. I'm surprised she's not already in the Hall of Fame.
You would think she was already in there.
Yeah.
That kind of, I think I had that same thought. Like, oh, she wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay.
Because she was like the top of the knockouts.
When I first started watching Impact, it was Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, ODB, and the beautiful people.
Yeah.
That's the only
that was your top knockout, and you could just have. And they had like Taylor Wilde was there.
Yeah.
And there was a few other people who I'm just not thinking of.
Christy Hemme, I think, was there.
Christy Hemme was there. They had some people who were like big names, and they really. And this was also during the time where WWE had the Divas. So
Diva Search or something.
And by comparison, I mean TNA was blowing WWE out the water with women's wrestling.
Okay.
And it was
okay,
all
Nick,
headed.
hold on, all right. We did, TNA had Awesome Kong, but WWE had Kelly Kelly. Okay, all right.
Oh boy,
that's a former women's champion. Former Divas champion. Let me get it right. Former Divas champion. Put some respect on that woman's name.
I never. So,
isn't she a Hall of Famer?
Speaking of, she is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh man! And how long did it take for China to get in?
China is not in the Hall of Fame by herself. She's like X-Pac. She's only in the Hall of Fame by... Actually, I don't even know if she's in the Hall of Fame. They inducted Generation X. They never really mentioned China. They just would show her in the video package. If X-Pac hadn't actually even mentioned her in the Hall of Fame speech, it almost came across like they weren't inducting her.
So what you're saying is X-Pac is 2 times the Hall of Fame that China is.
And which is a shame.
So what you're saying is my boy is in there and he deserves to be in there.
How did you get
2
that
times.
from what I said?
Hey, listen.
He's in there because he was in 2 groups that were Hall of Fame worthy.
And wasn't China in a group that's Hall of Fame worthy?
Yeah, but she by herself is also Hall of Fame. You take her out of DX, she's still in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I think we can go ahead and just move in and segue into our top 5 women's wrestlers at that point.
Let's do that. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first. Well, yeah, you go first.
All right, so this was a list that we talked about doing
since episode 1.
Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah, we talked about doing our top 5.
A lot of wrestling news happened.
Yeah, a lot, and it also doesn't help that we took a very long hiatus in between episodes.
That's true.
So a lot more stuff built up.
That's right.
And so now here we are, just now talking about the top 5 women's wrestlers. Real quick, Bound for Glory is on October 23rd. So literally, maybe from the time of recording.
What's today?
The 17th.
17th.
So,
shoot!
A week from yesterday.
Are we getting that, or are we just going?
Maybe we might have to come back and do a Bound for Glory recap.
I'm down for
maybe
it.
so.
23rd, you said?
Yeah.
So yeah, that
work that Saturday.
Oh.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Okay. The weekend after that, then we can do it then.
Yeah, Halloween weekend.
Hey, that'd be perfect. There you go.
So, so here's my top 5 women's wrestlers. I will start off with my honorable mentions, just to get out the way, because my top 5 might not be. Let me preface by saying this is my top 5.
Oh, of course.
I'm not saying this is the top 5 greatest.
Yeah, of course. Just like our men's top 5.
Exactly.
Was just like,
this is just who I like.
Right.
So, honorable mention, China.
Really?
Didn't crack the top 5 for me.
Okay.
Because, and to be honest, she just didn't have that many women's matches. She spent a lot of time as the bodyguard.
Right.
And then when she wasn't the bodyguard, she spent a lot of time fighting men. And she held her own. She was good. She was involved in a lot of storylines.
That's true.
It was her and Triple H, or her and Kane, or like briefly Kane a little bit, and then Jericho, X-Pac. Did they have storylines together?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. Shows how much of an X-Pac fan I am.
Dang, man.
So China just didn't. And then when she did fight women, it wasn't a lot for me. The only match I could tell you off the top of my head was her match against Ivory.
Yeah, that's the only rivalry I remember.
Yeah. So China didn't make the list. Speaking of Ivory, she's also in my honorable mentions. I liked Ivory. It was just a numbers game. Jacqueline Moore.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, Jacqueline. Jackie.
Yeah.
I liked her a lot, but she spent a lot of time kind of just losing.
Yeah.
Didn't really do a whole lot. She was a light heavyweight champion.
Isn't China like a former?
China's a former Intercontinental.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, that's not. She also had the storylines with Eddie Guerrero.
Yep. That's right. And they in the No Mercy game.
Yeah, so
together.
so China just was, she didn't do a lot of women's wrestling. Actually, I feel like I probably should put China in the top 5, but if there was a top 6, China would be in there.
Okay.
ODB.
This is your top 5?
She's in my honorable mention also.
Oh.
And I like me some. ODB was actually my favorite knockout, but she just.
Who's my favorite?
But she just didn't.
Oh, I know who my favorite.
It was just too many
is.
people in my top 5. I had to leave her out. Asuka is an honorable mention for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You like Asuka?
I'm a big Asuka fan.
Dang.
But she didn't crack. But she will though. I feel like if she keeps going the way she's going, if they keep booking her correctly, she will eventually be in my top 5. But right now,
I don't know. I think Carmella's got her beat.
Huh?
I think Carmella's got her beat.
In what?
I mean, she got 2 victories over.
That's it.
And she beat her for the title. So I mean,
yeah, she did. She sure did.
Asuka's kind of.
That's why.
I think if Asuka truly wants to be at the level you want her to be, she needs to get through Carmella because that seems to be her roadblock. Honestly,
this is also why Asuka's not in my top 5 because she's losing to people like Carmella.
Why you
now
on
Asuka
Carmella?
in NXT would have been top 5 if they kept booking her. If Asuka hadn't tapped out at WrestleMania, maybe she would have been in my top 5.
I feel like there's some deep rooted
I have
angst
issues.
here.
I have issues with the way she's booked, and so the way she's booked, why would I put her in my top 5? She's losing to Carmella. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that.
Didn't even get to your top 5.
But like I said, she's top 5 worthy, but she's just it's just too many people in my top 5 who I like. All right, I got 3 more honorable mentions, and I actually went to my top 5. Smiley Kylie Ray.
Okay.
I like her a lot, but she just, again, like, if she has, like, a full career, she probably could be in my top 5.
Right.
But she doesn't. She's mostly known as an indie wrestler. She's tried to do mainstream. She signed with AEW, but then she left AEW before
Impact.
Before Dynamite even had a chance to premiere. She appeared on one of the pay-per-views when they were exclusively just doing shows. Right. And then once Dynamite was like was getting ready to, happen.
Right.
She asked for her release and it was granted. And same thing with TNA or Impact rather.
Yeah.
She was in Impact and just didn't. She did a few shows with Impact.
Yeah.
She was
there when I was watching it again.
Yeah, but then
and she was hanging out with what's her name? Su Yung.
Yeah, that's right. But again, like it just didn't work out. So now she's back doing. She just started wrestling again. And she's just doing like indie stuff.
I heard she's doing well for herself. So
she's doing
good.
okay. So I mean, it's fine.
That's good.
I'll take it. I think she's doing NWA now, so we'll take it.
Yeah.
And then the last 2, and this one's gonna be somewhat controversial. I see what that noise was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Somebody walking in on me? Oh, wait. Okay. Is it going now? Are we up and going?
Sounds like it.
Okay,
Yeah, we sound good. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty.
So, I mentioned that I had 2 more honorable mentions that might be kind of controversial. Actually, will be controversial. Trish Stratus and Lita did not make my top 5.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. I okay. Besides Trish and Lita, can you name another rivalry that either one of them had or a storyline? Mickie James and Trish, give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
But Lita, who did Lita fight other than Trish?
Matt Hardy.
Okay, exactly. That's kind of my issue with Lita. Lita just kind of only had stories and involved other guys. She was Essa Rio's manager. She joined she joined Team Extreme, and she had matches on her own. She won the women's championship a few times.
Yeah,
but it was never anything significant happening with her. I think she fought Chyna once or twice.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then Trish had a rivalry with Lita and Mickie James.
And
I couldn't tell you anybody else. Yeah. Yeah, she was involved with a lot of Vince McMahon stuff.
Yeah.
And she did a lot of manager work. And just like now they're two of the best, but they just never did
personally.
For
Yeah.
All right, so on to my actual top 5. This is in no particular order. If you heard my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, I've said that Bret Hart is my favorite wrestler of all time. One of my favorite female wrestlers, Natalya.
Okay,
yeah. For all the reasons I like Bret Hart, it's that of course I like his niece because she learned how to wrestle where he learned how to wrestle.
That makes sense.
In the dungeon, and the moveset is fairly the same. There's nothing. I mean, I like Natalya. She now again booked horribly.
Now she's gotten broken up from her tag team. So
that was it's like whenever Natalya gets something good, they take it away from her.
Who she just lose? She lost to somebody. Dewdrop. That's who she lost to. And
that's right.
In the Queen's Crown tournament.
That's right.
So now I guess Natalya's just gonna hang out till the Queen's Crown tournament's done. She's gonna head over to SmackDown.
It's that whole thing is weird how they book Natalya because it just when you think, Natalya's the women's champion. Oh, but she just lost to nobody in 0 seconds. And then she never gets back into the championship picture. And then now she just lost to Dewdrop in the Queen's Crown tournament. Actually, they won the tag team championships.
Yep.
Her and Tamina.
Yep.
Held them for a while.
For a bit since WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. And Natalya was injured. She got injured. They immediately lose the tag team championships. The team gets broken up, and Natalya loses to Dewdrop in the first round of the Queen's Crown tournament.
Queen of the Crop.
We're not calling it that.
Okay.
So it's like
why can't it be called Queen of the Ring? Why is that so difficult?
That's a good question. I never understood why it had to be.
It's the King of the Ring and the Queen's Crown. You could just call it the Queen of the Ring.
I wonder is there like a copyright thing? Did somebody hurry up and buy Queen?
You know what? Maybe it's like a different promotion that used Queen of the Ring.
Or maybe just some guy was like, I'm just gonna buy Queen of the Ring. So if WWE wants it, they got to come to me. That's what the Washington football team. Every name that was even like up for debate that they could name their football team, some lawyer in Washington D.C. bought all the rights to those names because he's like, hey, if they want these names, they can just come talk to me. I'll sell it to them.
Some dude in the storage shed is like, I took Queen of the Ring.
Yeah,
pay me.
Exactly.
Suckers.
It has to be. That has to be the only logical explanation why you don't call it Queen of the Ring.
Has to be.
So right. Natalya in my top 5.
Yeah, number 4.
Natalya / Tara made my top 5. No, sorry, Victoria.
I'm like
/ Tara.
Yeah, I like me some Victoria.
Victoria was cool. She had a great moveset. I feel like she.
What was her finisher? I forget.
The Black Widow.
Black Widow. It was. Was it like a submission?
No, it was. It was almost like she set you up like say Razor's Edge kind of, but then she would you guys would be back to back. It was like a neck breaker.
Okay, I remember it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not explaining it right, but it was.
Well, yeah, I get you. I get what you're cheering.
Yeah. It was a cool little move.
Yeah.
I liked it. She was a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Really good wrestler, but she was kind of a wrong place, wrong time. Sort of like Beth Phoenix. Like Beth Phoenix was this great wrestler.
Man.
But Dave was a great wrestler during the Divas
era where everyone was like flat.
Yeah, so nobody really could.
No one had that muscle, so no one could, fight Beth Phoenix.
Nobody.
The only person who could fight Beth Phoenix was your girl Natalya, and they teamed up.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Victoria kind of had that thing. Now when Victoria went to TNA became Tara, she had better competition.
Yeah.
And did just as well over there.
I'm gonna be honest. I like Tara more than Victoria as a name.
I'm not mad at that. Oh, as a name.
As a name.
I feel like it's a lateral move. Victoria, Tara, whatever.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Tara just strikes fear better than Victoria. Victoria sounds like a teacher.
You know why? You watch Nickelodeon. and Victoria was a character on one of them shows. So yeah,
you know what? Okay, but at the time, Victorious wasn't a show yet.
Okay.
So that doesn't.
Okay.
I get what you mean, but past me didn't know about Victorious.
Okay.
So
okay, maybe not. Then. I'm just gonna go right into Beth Phoenix.
Think about that. Dang. Beth Phoenix is your number 3?
Beth Phoenix is also on my list for the exact same reasons as Victoria / Tara, because she was just she had a great wrestler.
Man, I remember when she first showed up, I'm like, yo, she kind of big, okay. Yeah. And then she had the glam slam.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, great wrestler.
You can't mess with the glam
She
slam.
just came around at the wrong time. She didn't have nobody could hang with her.
No.
So.
You had to quickly find somebody to deal with her.
Yeah.
And it was Kelly.
She just had a bunch of squash matches under her belt because nobody else could wrestle.
What did she beat? Beth? I can't remember, to be honest.
The only person who I think was getting booked just as well, who wasn't really Natalya or Beth Phoenix, was Michelle McCool.
Oh well, but she was there for a bit though before Beth Phoenix showed up.
Yeah, so I feel like Michelle McCool was probably. Yeah, I think she did okay booking wise.
Yeah,
but I was never really impressed by her either.
She had the Styles Clash.
She did have a Styles,
which I didn't know was a thing.
Her Styles Clash wasn't bad either.
No, it wasn't.
So,
I didn't know that was even like the Styles Clash. I didn't know that was his move.
Yeah.
I wonder who did it first. Was it AJ Styles?
It had to have been AJ Styles. Because he was already in TNA, I think, by this
I wonder if she got it, if she saw that and was like, I could do that.
You know, it's possible that neither one of them came up with that move, but they just made it famous. Because that's the one thing you always find out is that, these people didn't actually come up with these moves. They just made it popular.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels didn't invent the super kick, but he made it popular.
Yeah, it's the sweet chin music from now on forever.
Yeah.
It's not the rock bottom. It was the Uranagi. Isn't the Uranagi a rock bottom essentially?
I have no idea. I can't even tell you.
I feel like the rock bottom isn't like just a move that the Rock came up with.
I don't remember which one the Uranagi is.
You definitely didn't come up with that sharpshooter, that's for sure.
Oh boy, the worst of all time.
Hey, all right.
The Rock does not know how to do a sharpshooter. Okay, I don't want to start talking.
Yeah, go to your number 2.
Molly Holly.
Of course.
That's just a person.
You better put Mighty Molly in there.
/ Mighty Molly.
Thank you.
It's the same person. Doesn't matter.
You don't know that. They got the secret identity.
Oh, but I need to include both of them?
Yeah.
Because they're not the same person?
Exactly.
So in one entry, it's going to be 2 completely different
people.
Yes. All right. Okay, so Molly Holly, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time because Molly Holly didn't do a whole lot when she was in WWE, but it's just a personal favorite of mine.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like Molly Holly.
You already know who's on my 5.
I don't, and I'm scared.
Yeah, baby.
And last, I guess it's my number 1. I didn't really have these ranked, but I'm kind of ranking them as I'm going through it. Charlotte Flair.
Really?
Charlotte Flair is in my top 5.
Okay.
I hate the way she's booked. She's overbooked. But if you just take her for what she is a really good wrestler. And there's a reason why she's overbooked. She's good.
She's good.
She's kind of like the Kanye West of women's wrestling. She's good.
That's a weird one.
She knows she's good, and that might be the problem.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's not humble.
You're saying, like, if this was the 90s, she'd be booking herself.
If this was the 90s, she would be the Kevin Nash of women's wrestling.
Oh, man.
She'd be
the finger poke of doom?
Finger poke of doom.
Oh.
I'm giving Goldberg his first loss. I'm booking myself as the champion, the whole thing.
I don't want to believe she's that bad.
The booking, I mean, look at the booking. She doesn't lose. And if she loses, it's because something happens. It's like, she's won everything to win. She's only been in WWE, 5 years?
She doesn't get pinned, that's for sure.
She doesn't tap.
Has she never not tapped?
I don't think she's ever tapped.
She's for, what's her name, right? Becky Lynch? And Sasha Banks?
Yeah. Okay, maybe she's tapped.
Maybe. She has to have. No way.
I feel like she hasn't.
There's no way she didn't tap to the bank statement or disarm her.
I feel like maybe she's
not.
Tapped. Maybe she's tapped when the referee wasn't looking.
Oh, well, I mean, As we all
That's
know,
the only time heels.
as we all know, that doesn't count.
Exactly.
Even Roman Reigns tapped when the ref wasn't looking.
Ref didn't see it. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
So
you got shot. Ref didn't see it.
Didn't happen.
You just got a bullet hole in you.
Didn't happen. I don't even know where that bullet hole came from.
Does the ref count at that point? You just look at your bullet wound. It's like, well, nah, I didn't see nothing, man.
Yeah,
come on.
Why? What for? You just showed up with a bullet wound.
You over here? Why you complaining to me? I'm the ref.
Yeah. You
better stand back up before I count to 3.
You ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Oh man.
So that's my fight. Charlotte. I'm always happy when she loses because I feel like she doesn't lose that much. But if I'm being honest, I do watch her matches. Charlotte Flair does not have bad matches.
That's true.
Hate her or love her,
even when she misses her chop,
she does do that. She might have a spot that might not go right.
Yeah, she's
never had a bad match.
Yeah, she might have a snafu here and there, but she's mostly consistent.
Which happens to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not. You can't blame her on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if I'm being honest, if Charlotte Flair has a match, I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
And I might even root against her sometimes, depending on who she's going against, or if I feel like she's being overbooked, which happens a lot. But
I'm gonna wrestle in this match for 5 minutes,
and it's gonna be.
I'm gonna win.
But it's gonna be a good 5 minutes.
I guess. Yeah, I mean.
So that's my top 5.
All right. Okay, hold on. We talking Charlotte with the Ric Flair influence or without?
All of the above.
Okay. So you like her doing the flops and the walking and the low blows. And the coat that's basically the same coat.
I don't mind the robe she comes out with. I don't mind the strut. I don't mind the woos. The low blows is stupid because it just doesn't look right with a woman doing it. Unless you do it, especially to another woman.
I mean, it still hurts.
But it's not. But come on.
I mean, I guess you would say it's like attacking like an arm.
No, but I mean, it's just it's because then you have to explain it, and then you have to try and figure out why that hurts.
Yeah,
you have to try and justify it some kind of way. It's like a joke's not funny if you have to explain.
Right. Okay.
If
with the low blow to the man, it's like, well,
I get it.
The punchline's there.
Yeah.
So you don't have to explain it. But with a woman, it's like,
I guess I could see how that would hurt.
Yeah, technically, if you tack deep enough, it would still hurt the same way. It's like, okay, all right, hold on. Let's keep this about wrestling.
Yeah.
Before we go into
Yeah. So
I get you.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm curious if I should start my honorable mentions or wait till number 1. I'm gonna wait till number 1 to list my. I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna try and number them. I know who my number 1 is. Okay. From 2 to 5, I have Bayley.
Okay.
These are just once again people I like.
Okay, of course you have Bayley. You are a big Bayley.
Oh man, the heel turn was everything I wanted and more.
Which one? The one that counted, the one that didn't count.
The one I'm gonna say the one that didn't count was my favorite one.
That was the best one.
The one that actually counted was a nice runner-up.
But
the one that didn't count,
the one where
they backpedaled,
yeah,
I was so upset.
That was the best heel turn.
Everyone was cheering. It was
a long time coming.
And she didn't waste no time. She just started
right out the gate. And WWE got scared and they pulled back and they went to training. They had to. They went
to what's his name?
They had to go to the
Dr. Shelby
therapist. I'm glad you remembered his name because I did.
I'm glad. I'm surprised I did.
They had to hug it out, just like Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Make room for that. Maybe not lesbian angle that we totally didn't.
Lesbian angle. Right. That's why they couldn't turn them heel.
Shush.
Oh God. Awful.
What you talking about? We know how to respect women. Just either make them crazy or put them in a lesbian angle. I promise. It's how it works.
Yeah, we're women wrestling. We care.
Man, that was a rough man. WWE is rough with women.
Were they still the Divas at that point?
Ooh,
or did they
no, they were women at that point.
Okay,
because that was after Stephanie McMahon.
Oh yeah, that's when she started the revolution.
Yeah,
Nobody else.
Yes.
Not the internet.
Yeah, not the people who like.
Not the people who were upset.
Not the people who are like, can we get a second women's pay-per-view? No, shut up. Here's another Crown Jewel.
Way before.
Yeah.
That was way before the first pay-per-view.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of which, when are we going to get a second women's pay-per-view?
Shut up. We want you Crown Jewel.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's Saudi Arabia of all places.
Hey, I hope those women are coated in water because that's going to be hot as I don't know what.
But no, they're going. I think this time of year it might not be hot.
Oh, I
it's
hope
in
not,
October,
man.
so I think
that's
okay.
crazy.
Maybe I don't know.
I hope that they're they wear some. I mean, I know they gotta go like head to toe in like full bodysuit, but like, please, they need water periodically throughout that whole day. There ain't no way. Okay, so yeah, who did I say? Bailey. Dang. Okay, next one is definitely Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
Because she was just, man, when she showed up, it was no nonsense hour.
Yeah.
The whole time she was, and she had the grip on that title, even though it was the Divas title at that point.
Yeah.
She still made it seem like it was a legitimate title. So, Godspeed to her.
Yeah. Quick sidebar before you go to the next one. Would you be cool with seeing Beth Phoenix come back for another run like Edge?
Oh, like in an Edge sort of situation?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know who she would fight though. Is the problem.
Well, it's a better roster now than it was back when she was there. But she's a little bit older.
Yeah.
And if they really don't need a Beth Phoenix right now.
No. I guess she could fight Charlotte, but it wouldn't make sense. And the last thing I need Charlotte to do is have more wins that don't make sense.
Because she was definitely going over.
Yeah. And which, I mean, technically she should.
Yeah.
But then that's just like a pointless rivalry.
But Edge is winning. He doesn't need these wins that he's had.
Yeah, but at least Seth. At least it's making Seth look good.
But Seth doesn't need to look good.
Yeah.
Seth is a walking Hall of Famer himself.
That's true. He already has a...
Edge is already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I guess that's more for...
Same for
Edge?
Roman.
I don't know. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be fine with Beth Phoenix coming back. As long as, she's not running after the world title.
Yeah, but okay, so like just some non-title matches.
Yeah, like a CM Punk thing. Yeah, where she's just fighting the new blood.
Beth Phoenix versus...
Do they have any new blood at this point?
Shotzi.
Yeah, Shotzi, Tegan Nox. Or the other one.
Dakota Kai.
The other one.
The other one.
The 90s kid.
The 90s kid? I don't know who that is.
Not Tegan Nox, not Dakota Kai. The other one.
You're on.
The person who was talking with the... I'll never remember. It's over. Dang it. And it's going to come back like 5 minutes later. It's going to hit me in the head. It's whatever.
Okay.
Her. The people who know, they know.
I don't know.
So, yeah. Beth Phoenix.
Okay.
Oof. I'm probably going to put Naomi up there too. So that's 3. Yeah, Naomi definitely has to be up there for me.
Okay.
Number 2 out of the 4. Oof, this is tough. Am I going to put... I might put... Ooh. It's a tie. Okay, number 2 is tough because I want to put... It's like a tie between Gail Kim and Mickie James.
Ooh, those are 2 good ones. Too.
Yeah.
I didn't have them anywhere on my list. Not even honorable mentions.
Because I do like Gail Kim. And
Gail Kim is good.
And she never... That dude got his chain on. That dude... And they never really... Gail Kim never really got a chance in WWE, really. TNA, she was all over the place.
Yeah.
But in WWE, she was just kind of there.
Yeah.
And then she kind of pieced out.
Yeah.
Or got pieced out. I don't know which happened. But yeah, and Mickie James, I mean, wherever she's she's good.
Yeah.
Because she's just... Even when she was, like, crazy and in a lesbian angle, as we pointed out, that's, at a point, that was the only women angles you got.
Yeah.
Even when she was crazy and in a sort of romantic relationship, one-sided with Trish Stratus, it was still like, you know what, at least she's still a good wrestler, right?
Which the 2 coincided with each other, too. Like, she was only in the lesbian angle because she was crazy.
Right.
So, there's WWE looking.
That's the 90s for you. It doesn't
2000s.
make... That was 2000?
That was the early 2000s, I think. Yeah.
Well, It's that line thinking they'll beat AEW, right? Anyway, honorable mentions. Oh man. Okay. Unfortunately, my girl Carmella didn't make the list.
Wow.
In my honorable mentions, I wanted to put her in there, but the more I thought about it, I couldn't put her in there.
Because she's not that great.
She is that great. Stop talking like she ain't the first ever Money in the Bank winner.
Might as well put the Bella Twins in there then.
Hey, don't you tempt me. You know I like Brie Bella's theme song.
You and Brie Bella are the only the people in the world who like that song.
Don't you say that. There's like 5 other people.
Brie Bella's cousins, Brie Bella's sister, Brie Bella's mom,
and Brian Daniels.
And that's there you go.
Who else was there? I put Charlotte Flair in my honorable mentions in the same vacuum that I put John Cena in my honorable mentions.
Overbooked.
You kind of need them to be.
Yeah.
You need that super hero / super villain mentality of someone who's just hard to beat. You need someone like that.
Yeah.
And she is at this point the only person who's booked who's hard to beat. Asuka is easy to beat, unfortunately. And she's also in my honorable mentions, but it's like in NXT she was undefeated. When she got to WWE, it's like, yeah, I'm just another one on the roster.
Yeah.
Even when I win, it feels weird.
She was undefeated for a little while. She won the Royal Rumble.
A little bit.
And then went to WrestleMania, tapped out, and then after that...
She just came in the one on the roster, just another one of the ladies.
Yeah. It was all downhill.
I mean, she got a couple of titles.
She's actually done a lot. But,
yeah.
You know, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner.
Tag team champion.
She won tag team champion?
Yeah. With somebody. Lana?
I have no memory of that.
I don't know.
Lana never won anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. they didn't give Lana any chance.
Okay.
Who else? ODB's in the honorable mentions. Tara's also in there. I actually forgot about Tara until you brought her up. And she's definitely in my honorable mentions.
Hey, she's not in the Hall of Fame, is she?
Nope.
Wow.
No, I don't think she's in WWE's Hall of Fame.
I don't think she's in either Hall of Fame.
Really?
I don't believe so. Because the the TNA Hall of Fame is still very new. So there's still a lot of people who's not in it.
Right. I feel like maybe she has to be in one of them, right?
She should be in both of them.
I think she's in WWE's then. She must be.
I don't think she's in. Okay, I'm gonna do. You keep going. I'm gonna do it
quick. Honorable mention. Another honorable mention. Okay, so I'm gonna put Becky Lynch and Nia Jax on that same cusp of honorable mention because my favorite version of Becky Lynch is the man, and to give credit where credit is due, we wouldn't have gotten that version of Becky Lynch without Nia Jax.
True.
Let's just be honest.
Very
true. Dillon's knowledge that nobody wants to accept. That dude threw 2 balls. Oh, that's a replay. Dillon's knowledge that nobody wants to accept. If it wasn't for Nia Jax accidentally knocking Becky Lynch's nose to the next part of her face, there was no way that the man gimmick would have sold as hard as it did.
That's true.
Let's just be honest.
That's true.
And then, then you have her being like, yeah, so what if I got my nose crushed? I'm still going to fight Ronda Rousey and the rest of them. Who cares?
That's true. She that really kind of spearheaded the Becky Lynch push.
Yeah.
But I want to believe that she would have had just as much success as the man without that happening. But I think it helped. I think it helped more than anything.
Yeah. If nothing else, it drew the ire of everyone towards Nia Jax.
Exactly.
So that whenever Becky Lynch did go after, it's like, yeah, the man section. Does she have a man section, or is that like?
Did she have one?
I don't think so. I'm thinking the Cesaro section. I think.
Yeah, they did a lot of stuff like that, but I don't think.
Where's the Mennonites?
The Mennonites. I mean, you could just call them the men.
The man.
I mean, you don't. I mean, you already.
She's a man among men.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad tag. That's a T-shirt right there.
Yeah, the man among men.
Yeah.
How did she not make a shirt off of that? Yo, Becky Lynch, you need to get your agent to call me.
We got the man is back in town, so that's.
Wait, is that copyrighted? How is that not? That's a song.
That is a song, but I guess it's just generic enough to where they don't get sued.
Whatever. That's weak. Man among men is way better.
Victoria is not in the Hall of Fame.
It sucks. Well, maybe next year when they put in Stephanie McMahon.
I don't know who they can even induct anymore. They're running out
Victoria.
of
They gotta. You see, here's the problem: is that they've been neglecting the women's side of the Hall of Fame so much that now they kind of have to just make a women's only Hall of Fame at this point.
Yeah.
Now you pretty much have to be like, yeah, Natalia's probably getting close to being in there,
but she hasn't retired.
Yeah. Victoria's definitely should be next for sure.
She should be, yeah.
And
she's in good standing with WWE. She came back for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Is Molly Holly in?
Yeah.
She's in.
They just recently put her in.
Okay, well, there you go.
So she's not in by a lot, but
right.
she's in.
Right.
I think she was
Kelly just got in.
Yeah. She sure did. Oh, they're going to probably put Michelle McCool in there.
She's not in, huh?
And Lay Cool, yeah. Lay Cool might get in.
Oh, Lay Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brings me to Michelle McCool. Honorable mention.
Okay.
The Beautiful People, I got to put as an honorable mention.
Yeah, I was trying to think of more TNA people. The Beautiful People were pretty good. They're still going. They're not the Beautiful People. They're in another. Well,
they're all split up.
Yeah, Angelina Love is in NWA.
Yeah, she's in NWA. I think Madison Rain is back at Impact.
That to me, I've never liked them separate.
Yeah, they don't seem right separate.
Yeah.
They complimented each other too much.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Even when they got the fourth one in there.
They had good chemistry. Yeah, that they kept interchanging people in it.
It was like the DX at that point.
Yeah.
Like it was just like people getting in.
I think Lacey Von Erich was in there for a little bit.
That's right.
There was somebody else who was in there. But those two were always in the Beautiful People.
Right.
And it just seemed like the Beautiful People worked better when it was those two. And then they both left TNA at some point, or Impact, and they regrouped somewhere else. They had a new name.
Yeah.
But it was still...
And then Angelina Love has some... We used to talk about WWE about being crazy and lesbian angle. Impact has something going on with Angelina Love and, like, I forget what the lady's name that she was, like, possessing Angelina Love, and it was, like, a weird lesbian angle with that, too.
I have no knowledge of this.
That was right around, remember, when TNA was going on Mondays to combat...
Okay.
Combat Raw, and that was like Aces and Eights.
Gotcha.
And you had like Rob Van Dam versus Abyss, and Abyss had like some nail 2x4s. It was wild. It was like that was like Eric Bischoff era.
Yeah.
It was getting kind of
the book in that era actually kind of killed TNA.
Yeah.
They tried so hard.
And they tried to, and then now they're just recently kind of bringing it back to where it was.
Yeah, that's just bad.
So saying all that, my number one, without a doubt, is Awesome Kong.
Okay.
She's too cool with a name like that and a gimmick like that.
Yeah.
A move set like that.
Yeah.
She's. I can't not make her my number one.
Okay. You know what? I got no problem. She's not in my. She didn't even make my honorable mention, but at the same time, I get it. Like I can understand her being your number one. Also.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong was very good. I feel like a little bit underrated. I don't think she always got like her just. I mean, her just as far as
she
being like
showed
one of the
up
best women's wrestlers
in WWE and pieced out before she even got to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean she had to. It's too bad that they didn't like keep her
on
around. But yeah. Karma.
I'm not a big. Okay, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that name. Over Awesome Kong.
You know,
I know they probably couldn't take Awesome Kong, but
they could have, but WWE wants to own the rights to a name,
right?
So they give everybody a new name. That's why Scott Steiner Rick Steiner's son is in NXT. He looks like Rick Steiner.
That's right.
He dresses like Rick Steiner.
What's his name?
Braun Breaker.
That's right.
He looks like Rick Steiner.
Braun Breaker.
He dresses like Rick Steiner. He wrestles like Rick Steiner. He looks like Rick Steiner. His name is Braun Breaker.
That is the most D-list punch-out name I've ever heard.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
Well, I think his name is Braun Steiner. Maybe. I feel like I heard that.
That sounds like...
Or Bronson, I think
that's
his name.
like... That's like right after Glass Joe.
Oh.
You fight Braun Breaker.
His name, I think, is Braun, so I'll give him a pass on that.
Okay.
Breaker is pretty hokey.
You trying?
That's a pretty wrestling.
Man.
That sounds like he just put his name in the name
That's
generator.
just incredible.
Oh, how dare you! Just Incredible is the greatest wrestling name of all time.
Yeah, okay. I feel like there's some bias in there that people may not get.
I love that name so much. It took me way too long to figure out that name when it just like, oh, Just Incredible.
Right.
Once I figured it out, that was it.
Yeah.
You could not tell me anything about Just Incredible. It's the greatest wrestler of all time. Not really, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Braun Breaker.
Karma. Not Awesome Kong, but we got Karma. Yeah, I like your top 5.
Thank you.
I like your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
We're pretty far apart on some people.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much Four Horsewomen. I thought.
Did I not put Sasha Banks in my honorable mentions?
Neither of us put Sasha Banks in our list. You had Bayley and Becky, and we both had Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte was the only person from Four Horsewomen who I put in my list, and that was on purpose.
I guess Sasha just feels off to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing brings her to my brain.
Yeah.
Other than her theme song, which is Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Great theme song.
Yeah.
Great entrance.
It's a shame she's going to have to change it. Well, she
just
have to change the Snoop Dogg one, but...
Yeah, she can keep this one
yeah,
for a while.
even though it technically has the same stuff from her old thing, but you know, whatever, it's fine.
Don't talk
we'll
about
take it. I hope Bayley gets, she's injured. I hope she is doing all right.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Man, it feels empty without some of those female wrestlers on that roster, man.
Yeah, we still need Bayley to come back from injury, and her injury is going to be a while because she had a pretty major one. Yeah, and we're still waiting for Asuka to come back.
Which I hope she's coming back soon.
Hopefully, because nobody really knows what's going on with her. But every Instagram post of her that's like recent, she's got her arm in a sling.
Ooh.
But nobody knows, or publicly, we don't know.
I hope she's all right too.
On.
Yeah, all we got is Charlotte.
We got Charlotte.
And we got Sasha.
We got Sasha. We got.
I guess Becky. To me, it doesn't feel like Becky's back.
Well, they're revamping her
all over the place.
Her gimmick, and it just doesn't feel like it's a better fit than what she already was.
She was just showing up and taking names.
They're changing the man. The man didn't need to be fixed. There was no reason for her to come back as a heel either, because there's enough heel.
There is enough
in the one.
And there's no good faces.
And we talked about this, I think, off there. Maybe we talked about it on the podcast. Tamina and
I forgot about Tamina.
Tamina and who's another one of your favorites. Also.
Yeah,
you're a big Tamina guy.
I'm a big Tamina guy.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's my girl. Never got a real chance.
No, this was her chance.
This was her one chance, and she got through. God, please get put in the bloodline.
Tamina?
Yeah. Okay, we should also mention our preferred bloodline with Roman Reigns and the Usos also includes Tamina, Nia Jax, and Naomi.
I don't have Nia Jax.
Oh, I have Nia Jax.
I don't.
You need muscle.
I don't have Nia Jax or Tamina actually.
Really?
Only Naomi.
I want them to run that whole company.
Nah, I
want NWO. Yeah, I said it.
There should never be another NWO. NWO was everything that was great and wrong.
Yeah, it is. But I want it though.
Nah, the bloodline is too good. Don't do anything that's gonna ruin it. You can add Naomi and don't add anybody else, and I think it's fine.
Nah, get Naomi. Get Nia Jax in there too. She should be. She is blood related.
Who?
Nia.
No, she's not.
Is she? Oh wait, she's related by marriage, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Isn't Tamina related by blood?
No.
Dang.
The Snukas and the Mayavias are not related by blood.
That's
too.
right.
Well, actually, I take it back. If you're related by marriage, I guess at some point you are blood related. But I forget which one is related by marriage to the Anoais. I don't know if it's Tamina or if it's Nia Jax.
Oh man,
it's either I forget. I'm not even gonna try and guess. But one of them is related by marriage, and the other one is okay. I am gonna try and guess because I think the Snukas are related by marriage.
Ah, okay.
And I believe the Mayavias are not even related by marriage. They're blood brothers.
Ah, okay.
They're like family.
Okay.
They're play cousins basically.
Yeah.
But they all have that mindset of we're
family.
Yeah. When the Usos came up with Tamina, they were family.
Right.
But there's no actual relation between the Snukas and the Usos. So I don't know. But then Naomi is related by family too.
Yeah.
But she's actually one of the Usos' wife. So it makes more sense for her to be in there.
I hope she does, man.
They're kind of, well, I can't even say they're teasing anything because she's still a face working against the heel.
And they're just now starting like a heel management thing going on with homegirl Sonya Deville. It's like, all right. I mean, I guess.
I don't like that because I don't think Shayna needs that. Shayna Baszler doesn't.
Yeah, why was Shayna Baszler and all that?
Shayna Baszler.
She's already breaking people's hands and stuff.
So why does Shayna Baszler need a heel manager? Why does Shayna Baszler need a manager? She doesn't need a mouthpiece.
Maybe that was just a one night thing.
I would feel better if that was a one time thing.
Also, since we're on that whole thing of what's been happening, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been keeping up with anything. Like I watched Raw for a bit. I kind of remembered what happened, but not too much. I'm still not on NXT 2.0. I just can't be bothered. I don't know why. I think it's literally the lighting. I think it's too colorful. The black and yellow just fit perfectly to me.
Well, you're never gonna like it.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode and I fell asleep on it, and I never really. I just don't have the time to sit there.
I think isn't Ciampa champion?
Yeah. Oh, he's getting ready to fight Braun Breaker for the.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's gonna be. I think Braun Breaker's gonna win the championship.
Yeah. I think somebody might be. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be called up, but I think he might be taking some time off.
Oh God.
Well, because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Of NXT 2.0 is to bring in the young people.
Yeah. They're trying to get the young wrestlers
ready.
Yeah. Whatever.
That was the whole point before, but then you started.
They actually had stars. Well, but they had, and to be fair, on WWE's side, they did have old stars. They always had old stars, but now they were developing old stars.
Yeah.
Like, Tommaso Ciampa's been in wrestling for a long time.
That's true.
And Johnny Gargano. And Samoa Joe. But I'm talking about the people who mainstream wrestling fans didn't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano were indie favorites. That's true. But they had never wrestled at that high a level like WWE. Cole. Adam Cole was in Ring of Honor and a little bit of New Japan.
I don't know if people gonna watch that.
Okay, sure.
Especially New Japan.
Okay, fine. Adam Cole, throw him in there too. None of them are young.
That's true.
So
I'm deceived by how I always think Adam Cole looks younger than he is.
He's not old.
Yeah.
But he's probably like in his mid 30s, yeah, like that. And
but I keep thinking he's like in his like late 20s, like mid 20s.
Nah. And I'll even throw Asuka in that too. Asuka
she's been around.
She's 40, something like that. And so
yeah, didn't she work at Nintendo for a bit?
She had a whole life before she even started wrestling, and then she wrestled for years before she came to WWE. So you can't really, I don't know.
But also, when they bring in the young people, it's like, okay, we got you. We're gonna give you a bunny gimmick or some silly like that. Get over by yourself. If it works, we'll give you time.
Well,
it's like, okay.
Well, you can't even say that you get over by yourself because Zack Ryder got over by himself.
Okay.
And got buried. So you still need to get over. get over the way we tell you to get over. If you don't get over it, then it's your fault, not ours.
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna give you 5 minutes in a 3-hour show. Good luck.
There's some issues with the way they put some of the younger people, but I mean, if you have a whole company full of younger wrestlers, you're gonna have to take a chance on somebody, and I feel like it's gonna be Braun Breaker and maybe Hit Row, and I don't see anybody else. Oh no, what's the? I don't know his name. I'm not gonna try to. I don't feel like looking it up, but whoever the guy is who just won the United States Championship.
Oh, yeah, him.
That guy.
What happened to Santos Escobar?
He's still there. He's a cruiserweight champion. No, he's not. He just lost the cruiserweight championship.
Wait, is the cruiserweight title part of NXT now?
Yes.
I thought that was a 205 thing.
Where's 205?
Isn't that 205 Live? Don't they have like their own show for that?
They do, but they don't defend the championship on there anymore. It's on NXT.
Oh,
Dillon, I shouldn't be the one telling you all this.
Oh,
you watch more wrestling than I do.
Do I? I don't feel like I do anymore.
I don't think you do either.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
This is the worst wrestling podcast because we don't watch enough wrestling to even talk about wrestling.
I think does that make it the best because it's legit and you know we ain't talking about.
No, it's the worst.
Okay. Well,
we should know what we're talking about.
We should, but honestly, we shouldn't. Because it's all going to change in 2 weeks anyway.
That's possible.
And that's kind of, I want to bring into that, like, this whole thing, it's the whole reason I brought it. It's like, I kind of don't want to watch anything, because, at least not on the main roster, because we know it's all going to change in 2 weeks' time. Because they've already said, after Crown Jewel, that's when the draft goes into effect. And that's when the King of the Ring tournament is going to come to a close. That's when the Queen's Crown comes to a close. So it's like, so you just telling us to watch Crown Jewel, and we'll be up to date on everything. Everything that happened before that is going to go, it's just like, whatever, who cares? So that Friday is all we need to care about.
So do you think anything is going to happen in Crown Jewel that's going to, like, change anything?
No.
So it's just going to be, everything is going to end the same way
I think, okay, you say you was going to bring up the card.
I got the card here.
Okay, can you show off the card just so I know?
So for the Universal Championship, we have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Who cares?
Wow.
Roman Reigns. You going to tell me right now that Brock Lesnar, either way.
No, Brock's not winning.
No, but like, I could see him winning anyway because he beat Undertaker and didn't make any sense.
I don't think Brock has won a championship where you honestly thought, I mean, Brock, since he came back from UFC, and you thought, well, this was good for Brock. Brock needed this win. Every time he won, it was like, oh, great, Brock won.
And then he went off TV for 5 months.
And then, he with the championship. And nobody WWE thought that
and
was
then you and me are sitting here like, wait, who's the champion?
Exactly.
Oh, it's Brock Lesnar. That's right.
Exactly. Because there would be like a pay-per-view that wasn't one of the big four. Hell in a Cell, or let's say, Backlash.
Oh, you know they're not doing TLC this year.
Good. So they have these pay-per-views that's in between the big four, and you're looking at the championship matches, and you're like, wait, how come there's only one major championship? Oh, right, because Brock Lesnar's sitting at home watching it just like us.
Why is there a number one contendership match on a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
For the world title, no less.
Yeah.
And it's not like a Royal Rumble or ladder match or anything crazy like that. Nah, it's just a one-on-one.
Right. So yeah. So we're both picking Roman Reigns to win. I mean, obviously.
It's gonna be somebody. They probably gonna do like someone gets busted open or some.
Can they do that?
Oh yeah, that's in Saudi Arabia, huh?
I don't know what the rules are there.
Yeah. Yeah, they live in. They got different regulations over there.
Yeah, so I don't know.
They probably can't do blood, huh?
Maybe. I just don't know.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, Jeff Hardy hit a whisper in the wind on a ghost.
You're never gonna let that go. Nah. That was a few different Saudi Arabia shows ago.
Yep.
Well, I don't think he's booked for this.
Who, Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
And that ghost is safe.
I don't think Jinder Mahal is either.
Wait, isn't he in the finals for the King of the Ring?
Is he?
I don't know.
Either. See, what's why we can't talk about the stuff we don't watch the product.
Okay, we gonna be up to date when Thursday comes around. Cause hey, guess what? Thursday we're doing a special Crown Jewel reaction post Crown Jewel podcast.
Good Lord.
That made sense. I promise.
We're gonna find a better name for it.
Yeah, that's gonna be the whole episode title. I promise.
No, it's not. I'm not writing all that. Oh wait, you're writing.
I'm writing it. Yeah, I could write
Hey,
it.
listen.
Episode bonus: Crown Jewel reactionary post Crown Jewel podcast.
Good luck finding that episode in a random search.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna win.
So
if he doesn't, then it's like, okay,
that'll
sure.
be interesting.
All that build up for Roman Reigns being undefeated so he can lose to Brock Lesnar.
What's the next pay-per-view after this? Is there Survivor Series?
Is that? Yeah,
or do we have one in between?
I think that's next.
Wow. So we got a big four coming up. So they actually could take the belt off of Roman and have him re-win it at Survivor Series?
No, because Survivor Series is bragging rights now.
Oh, it's the brand warfare.
Yeah.
So Roman is gonna fight whoever
Big E. He's gonna fight Big E.
Hang on. We don't know Big E is gonna be champion going into Survivor
Yes,
Series.
he will.
All right, we'll get there. SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch going in the triple threat match with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
So wait, Sasha Banks on Raw, or she's still on SmackDown? I think she's still on SmackDown.
I think she's still on SmackDown. Yeah.
Okay, so she's definitely not winning. That's what we know for sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I think she's gonna get pinned. She's probably gonna take that pin.
I could see both of them taking that pin. First of all, who you picking to win?
Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch. Do they just cut their losses and go back to Bianca after 2 months?
Didn't Bianca get drafted to Raw?
Yep.
So yeah, Bianca has to win because there's no women's champion on Raw.
Becky Lynch, she's on Raw.
Oh, they did move her to Raw.
Yep.
That's right. Oh, so Sasha's definitely not going to win.
Yeah, Sasha's just there for decoration.
Charlotte was drafted to SmackDown.
Yep.
So you can't have two women's champions on SmackDown.
Oh.
So and as we've talked about before, you're not going to have Charlotte lose anytime soon.
No.
So she's your SmackDown Women's Champion. The Raw Women's Champion, it's going to have to be a Raw person. So it's not going to be Sasha.
Oh.
So it's going to be... So this is essentially a one-on-one match with special cameo appearance.
With special interference from Sasha Banks.
So I could see... Now, it doesn't make sense to put the belt back on Bianca that quick after putting it on the man who won that quick. So
and then
I
won
guess,
again the next pay-per-view that quick.
Yeah, so I
Actually,
guess...
no, not that quick, but like they got a non-finish because Sasha Banks got involved.
I think Becky wins, and I think she pins Bianca. It doesn't make sense, but none of this booking has made any sense.
I feel like I'm about to throw up already.
None of this booking has ever made any sense.
Okay, but like, can we give Bianca something to do? Because are you telling me she's gonna lose after all this and then still fight for the title?
Yes, because her losing in 26 seconds was supposed to make us like her more for some reason.
Instead of just making her look foolish.
Exactly.
And all her momentum just ran into like a brick wall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
But AEW is the little brother, and they're just there. It's just a honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So that's my pick. I'm taking Becky with the pin over.
The sad thing is, I'm also taking Becky.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no way on God's green earth Bianca's gonna win again.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
Not in that situation. I would love to believe that she would. If she wins, I'll be over the moon. I'll be happy to be wrong. I'll lay down my arms and be like, you beat me. But the safe bet is Becky Lynch, as you and me have said off camera. WWE usually goes with the safe bet instead of the crowd pick.
Yep.
And the safe bet is Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Because then you can just write her losing the Raw after.
Yeah.
And now give ratings for that USA is like, yeah, ratings. A title change on Raw, let's go.
Yeah.
So, they gotten out.
Yeah. I feel like the first post TV taping after when everything is like brand new again.
Yep.
I think that's when the shakeups will happen.
Yep.
So Becky will probably win now, and then Sasha will
and then Bianca's gonna be like, well, it wasn't Bianca, a one-on-one with me. Let's do it tonight. Let's go.
And hopefully Asuka comes back soon. Who's a free agent, by the way.
They need help.
Yeah.
Help. I can't get up.
WWE Championship match. Big E versus Drew McIntyre.
They on separate show. Yeah, Big E. He has to win.
He has to win.
Literally has to win.
So that would actually kind of writes itself because Big E.
Why did they do this?
Big E. Why did
they do the draft? Why didn't they wait? I mean, we know financially, why they had to do it.
Yeah, they had to. Them ratings, man.
Ratings, yeah. But, like, just story-wise, it's the dumbest thing ever. It's like, yeah, we know the world title. The champions, there's 2 champions on one show.
Yeah. That's...
Because Drew's clearly going to win, right?
Right. Jesus. Yeah, they kind of wrote themselves... The booking is like telegraphed. They're gonna have Big E win because he has to win.
And all you can do is look forward to a good match, which is fine. But
and I think it will be a good match.
Yeah,
I actually like this card. It's just that there's too many giveaways on what's going to happen.
Yeah, the problem is that the resolutions are already resolved.
Yeah, especially more so with the championship matches.
Yeah.
Those the ones that we just named anyway because of the draft results and because Roman Reigns isn't losing that title anytime soon. He's gonna break the record for the most days held of the title.
I mean,
he's gonna beat Brock
Lesnar. They do need to build up a new unbeatable person on the men's side.
Well, there you go.
That was Bobby for a bit, but then Goldberg showed up.
They want to keep that champion accolade of the most days holding the title off of Brock. They want to take that off of Brock. Because they took it off of CM Punk because it was CM Punk.
Yeah, of course.
And they gave it to Brock, who sat at home for most of that championship.
And then everyone was like, yo, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You can't, where's the world champion?
So now they're going to give it to Roman, and he's going to hold it for a long time because it makes sense for him. Because he's there.
Yes.
He's Roman.
Right.
He's the next guy. He's the locker room leader. He's all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of makes more sense. Kind of. I don't really understand why that's a big deal, but for some people it is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they make a big deal about winning 16 titles in an era back when it was like, yeah, you could win 16 titles because there was like 5 people on the roster.
But he also lost the championship 16 times.
Yeah, no one points at that. It's like, how do you keep losing and winning the same title over and over?
But he did that over a long period of time, and that wasn't always that was multiple championships that he won. 16 times, and supposedly I haven't done the research. He's actually won more than 16 times.
Of course, I mean, look,
but there's championships that are not.
What was it that Hulk Hogan went to work 500 days out a year or something like that?
I have no idea what that.
Well, there was some like stupid statistic where it's like,
Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg in a no disqualification match.
I'm gonna say this right now. Once again, words that people may acknowledge that people may not like to hear. If this man who's been talking about killing somebody legitimately, if he doesn't show up with either A, a gun, B, a knife, C, some brass knucks, or D, all the above,
he needs a weapon.
He needs something. This man literally talked about how his son was like attacked and it was like a cowardly act, and he's talking about if you're lucky, I'll just kill. You better show up with something to kill him with. Then
he's gonna bludgeon him. He's Goldberg, man. All he needs is 2 hands.
Okay. You wanna know what else needed 2 hands? The Miz's dad.
Hey, he was ready. He was squared up.
Yeah, he was.
Bring it. You don't want none of these problems. Because I'm the Miz's dad and I'm awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
That guy. Who you picking?
Who cares?
Okay.
Goldberg. Sure. Let's go with Goldberg.
You know what? I'm going to take Goldberg, too, for no real reason. Nobody cares.
Everybody gets paid.
The match of the night. I'm calling it right now. I don't think.
What's this?
Seth Rollins versus Edge and Hell in a Cell.
Oh yeah.
It's got.
This time they're actually on the card.
Yeah. So, and look, I'm already calling it the match of the night. It hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
That's better than calling the match of the night when it never happened in the first
But
place.
in our heads, we know what the match was. So, man, I can't believe we did that spot off the top rope.
Like, wait, what?
Wait, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was weird.
This is awesome. That match never happened. Okay.
Is Finn Balor not on this card?
Is Finn Balor on this card? No, he's not.
Of course not.
So.
Why can't he be in the triple threat?
What triple threat?
Why can't he have a triple threat with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns?
Because he lost already.
Okay.
The top rope gave out.
God, that was so.
Seth, who you picking? Seth versus Edge.
I'm gonna say Seth.
Okay.
Because I think Edge needs some time off.
It makes more. I don't see. This is why I think Seth should have won the last match, so that he could win. So that Edge could win this match.
One, yeah.
Because
now that the family's got involved, you gotta have Edge win.
Exactly, but now does Edge need to be winning twice in a row over Seth Rollins?
That's true.
Because it doesn't make Seth look all that great as a heel.
And then what's Seth gonna do?
Because this might be Edge's last match for a little bit. Because he's part time technically.
Yeah.
So I always assume that every match is going to be the last time we're going to see him for a few months. And you got Survivor Series coming up. If you think, I feel like he's probably not going to wrestle
maybe
again.
that's what Seth does. He becomes captain of the Raw team. I mean the SmackDown team. Or the Raw team. Isn't he on Raw? He's on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the captain of the Raw team. So maybe he wins here, beats up Edge, so that he's gone for however long he needs to be gone. And then he's like, yo, guys, I'm the guy who beat Edge, so y'all should listen to me. Shut up. Raw captain.
I don't know. I don't care enough about Survivor Series. I do not like the brand warfare aspect to it. It has no stakes.
Yeah, do y'all lose money?
No, I mean the wrestlers have the people competing have. There's no stakes to any of these matches.
Nope.
You lose. You don't.
At least with bragging rights, we all knew that was what the gimmick was. And it was like whatever, I guess. But at least Survivor Series.
There was no stakes. There was nothing. There was no consequence for losing, and there was nothing to gain by winning.
Didn't they get a trophy?
Okay, you get an ugly trophy.
Yeah, I think that's some weird.
But who you split
red
it?
and blue trophy.
Who gets it?
The manager. At that time when they were still doing managers.
Right. So again.
Yeah, the brand thing makes no sense. Just like the draft made no sense. Like Raw picks or SmackDown picks. Y'all picking.
Yeah.
Just do
well,
like
they
a
tried
flick.
to make it seem like the network was picking.
Yeah, whatever.
It was.
Where's the owner of USA then?
He was calling in his picks.
Yeah, okay.
It was like the NFL draft. They called their picks in.
Okay.
From their
you mean to tell me people on Fox News knows who Roman Reigns is?
Oh, maybe not Fox News, but it's Fox.
You mean to tell me Tucker Carlson knows who Roman Reigns is?
I am not gonna let you drag Fox's name into this like this. Fox has SmackDown, and every now and again they might be on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
But Fox News had nothing to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the next Tucker Carlson update where he's talking about the bloodline.
I wonder at some point will they be forced to do something together.
Oh, God.
Like they have to go on Fox News to promote WrestleMania, or Fox News anchor will go on Raw, or not Raw. I guess they would have to go on SmackDown.
I mean, they brought
my favorite wrestler of all time is Hogan.
They brought in Dr. Disrespect.
Well, that's
on a panel.
Okay, but that's Dr. Disrespect. That's.
But I mean, if they were trying to grab people for money just to get hey, this person's over here. Yeah, absolutely. They bring someone from Fox News.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think they would dare bring in a Fox News anchor?
Yes.
Or have somebody go to Fox News to promote their product?
Absolutely. Because monetary value beats everything else.
This is true, especially in WWE.
Oh yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, they're doing shows in Saudi Arabia.
Then that dude got hacked up
in the middle of they signed this deal and did shows in the middle of people protesting Saudi Arabia.
Yep. And I think some dude got like killed.
Yeah, a reporter was killed.
Yeah, that's right. Got hacked up.
Stop saying he got hacked up.
He did.
Man, I mean, but you ain't gotta say it like that.
I mean, it happened. It sucks. I hate it. Oh, poor man.
Okay, so back to wrestling. Seth Rollins and Edge.
Seth.
I'm taking Seth too. It's because I guess they're gonna have to do a blow off match now because now it's Edge is because that's just gonna tie it. So now you gotta have one more match to decide who's. But I mean, they're already doing Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, what you gonna do the after Hell match?
Yeah,
we're gonna have just a normal
loser leaves town. I
guess they are on the same show.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's why I don't know. Maybe Edge wins.
And just let it. And
then that's the blow off.
Maybe Edge wins, but then Seth beats up Edge.
That makes more sense. Edge wins the match, but Seth wins the war.
Yeah.
And Edge goes home, and he comes back at a later time, and yeah. But then you got to continue that rivalry when he comes back.
Oh, of course.
Which I wouldn't mind. I like their matches.
That's
to the point where we made up a match and said it was the match of the night. So you know they got good chemistry.
Yep.
Raw Tag Team Championship. RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Omos.
They're all on the same show, right? I want to say because RK Bro got taken over to Raw. Or stayed on Raw, and I think AJ and Omos stayed on Raw as well.
Yeah, I believe they're on the same show.
So realistically, there's no reason to really pick one or the other. I guess RK Bro.
I'm picking RK Bro for no real good reason. It just based on current booking.
Yeah, I don't see why they would lose.
Yeah, Vince seems to really like Riddle for some reason. I don't like Riddle
because he likes making high jokes, like marijuana jokes.
I've stated in the past that I don't see the appeal of this guy, Matt Riddle. But
you have also stated that that's just you.
Yeah, I get why other people like him. I just don't like him.
Right.
He does nothing. He doesn't move the needle for me. So I'm just gonna go AJ. I'm gonna go RK Bro.
Yeah.
Then we have the King of the Ring tournament.
Who honestly, the only one who cares who should win is Xavier Woods.
Okay, so I do want to correct myself because I'm looking at the King of the Ring bracket. I said the Finn Balor wasn't in it. Finn Balor's in the final.
Oh, versus Xavier Woods?
So I guess they have to still do that one.
Oh,
Xavier Woods and Jinder Mahal is going to fight in the semifinals.
Oh, okay, so that's probably on Raw then.
Yeah, and then they're gonna from there they'll set up the final.
I hope Finn Balor doesn't go demon, and then the demon loses twice.
I don't think. I think he's gotta. Here's the thing about Finn Balor even being in the final.
But then again, if he wins, he'd be called the Demon King.
Exactly.
And that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of is. Isn't that what Finn Balor means?
Yeah, I think so, huh?
Yeah, so I think he's.
But then Xavier Woods has been calling it for years.
That's why I feel like if we're gonna have Finn Balor in the final, he's probably gonna win.
Don't do that to Xavier
Sorry, Woods.
That man's been talking about King of the Ring since he got here.
If I'm being honest, also, I can see Xavier Woods losing on Raw in the semifinal, and we just have a Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal final.
Then all excitement is gone.
Yeah, everybody's gonna hate it. Everybody's gonna hate it.
That's like when what's it called? Kofi Kingston was in top bracket and Xavier Woods was in the bottom bracket.
Yeah.
And they had that one guy who's like, so if Kofi wins, y'all gonna fight each other? And they're like, man, what you talking, man? I gotta go to my match. And it's like, you know what? That would be interesting.
I was curious about that. I assumed that's where they were gonna go.
Yeah, Xavier Woods on his path to becoming King of the Ring has to fight his best friend.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, of course not. What?
Yeah, it was right there.
It's like,
but nah.
It books itself. But
they had Jinder Mahal go.
It's too obvious, so we can't do it.
They had Jinder Mahal, who was the former WWE champion, fight Kofi Kingston, who's a former WWE champion, in the first round
of a King of the Ring tournament.
That's
not on the same night as the finals.
Yeah.
Just want to add that little wrinkle in there.
Yeah, and they had Jinder Mahal go over. So yeah. So I guess we have to do 2 predictions. Who do you think wins the semifinal between Xavier Woods and Jinder Mahal?
I'm gonna say Xavier Woods.
I would hope Xavier Woods. And so
but wait, weren't they doing that whole thing with him in Saudi Arabia with Jinder Mahal?
What do you mean?
Wasn't Jinder Mahal like wasn't that like something he was trying to do? WWE was trying to push for him in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I feel like that was a plot point, but I can't remember if that was something they were pushing.
I don't know anything about them pushing him for.
Anyway, I'm gonna say Xavier Woods.
I'll say Xavier Woods also, and then Xavier Woods versus Finn Balor.
Xavier Woods.
I'm gonna pick Xavier Woods, but I wouldn't be surprised if Finn Balor wins.
The Demon King is a good one.
And then we got the Queen's Crown Tournament.
Shayna Baszler.
So
I already know she's in the final.
Shayna Baszler is going to be fighting Doudrop.
Wait.
To decide who's going to go to the final against Zelina Vega.
Oh. What?
Zelina Vega's in the final, and she's waiting for the winner of Shayna Baszler.
She's dead. Well, yeah, Shayna Baszler has to be at the end, right? There ain't no way they're going to... What kind of weird bracket is that? That Selena's at the end.
The women's bracket is awful. It was never good. There was so many much better choices for all of these matches. Real quickly, Zelina Vega...
Yeah, wasn't Liv Morgan in there, too?
Liv Morgan fought Carmella. Zelina Vega fought Toni
Carmella's
Storm.
got her Mankind mask.
Yeah, Zelina Vega fought Toni Storm. Dana Brooke.
Toni Storm, that's the one I was thinking of.
She's the 90s kid?
Yeah, she's the 90s kid.
Okay. So Dana Brooke fought Shayna Baszler. Doudrop fought Natalya. So that was your
round
setup. That was round 1. And we didn't get Sasha. We didn't get Bianca, Becky, Charlotte, Tamina. Nia Jax's out with an injury, so we won't include her.
Eva Marie's out with an injury.
Is she?
Yeah.
I thought that was Story.
Oh, is that not... Oh, Nia Jax is actually out with an injury?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Hope she gets better soon.
They just wrote her. They wrote her out.
Oh, shoot. Maybe that's why she wasn't been wrestling lately.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Dang.
So, there's... What I'm saying is there's bigger names that could have been in here.
Right.
No, and I say that with all due respect to
Liv Morgan
and Dana Brooke and Carmella.
Yeah.
And Zelina Vega. There was better choices.
But the Zelina Vegas and Liv Morgans aren't being pushed at all.
Well, Zelina Vega's in the final of the Queen's Crown Tournament.
Sure. She was also in competition to become women's champion, and that got immediately doused.
Sure. Yeah. So we got Shayna Baszler versus Doudrop in the semifinals. Shayna Baszler is obviously going to win that.
She has to, right?
And then Shayna Baszler in the final against Zelina Vega. Again, I don't see how anybody's winning that other than Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. Is that it, or is that like a main event?
No, that's probably going to open the show.
Women's Revolution, don't forget.
Yeah, get it out the way. Mansoor is also fighting Mustafa Ali.
What?
And that one that makes the most sense because I believe they're both Saudi Arabian. They're both Saudi.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and that's kind of for the fans, I guess.
Hey, I'm down.
And that should be actually a really good.
That should be match of the night.
It could be. It has the potential to be.
Man.
So that match could be pretty good. I'm just gonna pick Mansoor. I think it's actually in Mansoor's hometown.
Do they not have a SmackDown Tag Team Titles match?
Not for Crown Royal.
I like
Crown Jewel. I keep calling it Crown Royal.
I like to also point out that we only have one women's tag team, and it's the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Just thought, point that out. In unrelated news, obviously, the Inspiration is heading over to Impact.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing on that either. Good for him.
God.
And I think they're going to be competing for the women's tag team championships over there.
They do have women's tag teams. That's right. I forgot they have tag team titles. Even before, like way before now, that's what the Beautiful People were holding.
Yeah.
And what's it called? AEW's getting a TBS title for the women.
Yep. So the women wrestlers are getting stuff, right?
Yeah,
just a good time.
Not in one specific area. You know, maybe you should go elsewhere to get your women's wrestling that you'd like to watch. That's more than 5 minutes and got titles that.
If you get plenty of time to wrestle with WWE if you're one of the 4 horsewomen or Bianca Belair.
Yeah, if you just happen to be like the one black person.
Maybe Asuka. Maybe. Other than that, yeah, you're only going to get about 5 minutes.
Hey, Liv Morgan Carmella got like 8 or 10.
Did they though?
Yes.
Did we actually like get a stopwatch in time that? Because I feel like they probably didn't get that much time. That sounds like a lot for a Liv Morgan and Carmella match.
They should get 8 to 10 minutes.
Well, should and what they actually got is 2 completely different things. True. Naomi should get TV time. Period.
She should already.
She gets angles and backstage segments
and fights with managers.
And that's not even saying a whole lot.
Well, maybe by Thursday something will happen.
I doubt it. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it because I can't think of nothing else that happened that's substantial to talk about. I guess we could talk briefly about the AEW WWE thing.
Oh God, we're already an hour and 30 minutes in. I don't want to. I have a lot to say. Okay, I will very briefly say, and it's kind of like my hot take.
I can't wait for fake Roman and the Gilbert version of Kenny Omega. Call him Baby Kenny or something stupid like that. I don't know. I'm waiting for the obvious, just straight up shots immediately. I want to see MJF on Raw and say how stupid everything is.
MJF's not going to Raw.
I know, but it'd be funny.
Here's the thing. They are taking shots at each other, and the rumor is that WWE doesn't see AEW as a viable threat. And the thing is, I agree. I don't like AEW's chances in the long run. They're winning battles. I don't see them winning a war at the rate they're going, because everything is still very new. They're still in the honeymoon phase. I want to see what's going to happen when some of these contracts run out, and there's going to be time to sign free agents from WWE, because people in WWE is all seeing the grass is greener on the other side. Eventually, that roster is going to be inflated.
Yep, and
they're going to have the same issues that TNA had. Because everything that's happening right now happened in TNA and it happened in WCW, where people were leaving WWE to go there for greener pastures, and everything was very nice and very pretty for the first few years, and they were beating WWE also. Well, WCW was beating WWE. TNA never did. They tried to. And failed spectacularly.
And they brought in Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan.
And that was an issue in itself. Why would you get the guy who lost? It just made no sense. Anyway, they're doing everything right to win these small wars. WWE is going to figure it out, because they tend to do that.
Hopefully. And
they're going to get... And they are kind of doing the right thing with NXT by saying, let's build up new stars, and we can phase all these other people out. We're gonna phase out. That's the reason why they're losing guys like Bray Wyatt and Jericho, and they just straight up released Bobby Fish, who's like in his early 40s. They're saying these guys are old. We've got everything we need to get out of them. Let them go somewhere else and not be the stars that we made them. We're gonna make new stars. Because WWE did make a lot of those stars that's in AEW.
Damn.
So, including CM Punk. And I'm going to just go ahead and say this also. I agree with Roman Reigns that CM Punk has lost a step. Do I like him any less? No. But he's not exactly the CM Punk that we remember from WWE. Daniel Bryan's still good.
Yeah. Well,
I can still watch me some Daniel Bryan matches, but he's up there in age also. And the rumor was that WWE didn't feel like losing Daniel Bryan or CM Punk was that big a deal. And I can kind of see where they're coming from because they got Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little bit of an extreme, really, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
They have their build. This is how sports teams build rosters. You win your championships, and then, hey, after you're not winning anymore, you let the veterans go, and you rebuild your roster with younger guys.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what WWE is doing. I feel like, and AEW doesn't see it yet. They're just happy to have the Chris Jerichos and the Jack Hagers and the CM Punks and the Taz and just all these people who.
But they also got their young people too.
But where are they on the roster?
They're being built up
at the expense of the older people who are selling the T-shirts and we're bringing in the ratings. So what's going to happen with
Team Taz?
Okay, sure, Team Taz people. I was not who I was going with, but what's going to happen when they're getting upset that they're not getting the TV time? Actually, not Team Taz. Let's go with Private Party.
Oh yeah, huh?
What's going to happen with them when their contracts are up and they're saying, you know what? When we first started, we were doing pretty great. When AEW first started, we were there, and we were the top tag team, one of the top tag teams. We were out here with the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks tearing the house down. And then after a while, we weren't there because FTR came, and FTR has they're more recognizable than us.
And then New Brothers came. I'm sorry, New Brothers, Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers came, and they're more recognizable than us. And now, where do you see Private Party usually? It's usually on Dark.
Aren't they with Matt Hardy?
Yeah. Matt Hardy's getting more matches than they are. Matt Hardy was just in the ladder match.
Yep.
So, and where's Private Party at? They're just not really around anymore.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen when that happens? And eventually, what happens to Luchasaurus? Actually, Luchasaurus might be okay.
Yeah, he's.
But
still...
how about
the Kid?
The Kid. Eventually, you're gonna have to start making some tough decisions. They haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah.
And the women's division, which still needs work, they're gonna start signing some people to kind of bolster that women's division, it's going to be at the expense of other women on that roster.
Yeah.
So once they start having issues, that's where I feel like WWE is going to have the advantage.
But I mean, clearly they could learn from that, though. Just from being in WWE, they could learn, what happened in WWE. They can, make sure that doesn't happen there. And I feel like I don't know who's in charge, Cody and whoever is
supposedly not. I think it's all Tony Khan running the show.
Oh, it's alternate. Well, okay. I would assume that Tony Khan isn't ultra old and doesn't have the mindset that Vince McMahon does, where he's just barely hanging on to Sandy as is. At least Tony Khan's all right, I might have to let Chris Jericho just do commentary. Maybe I don't have, who was I thinking of at the time? Maybe FTR takes a back seat for a bit so I can build up some of these new people a little bit strong. Because Hobbs, Hook and Hobbs, I know barely little. And I know, what's the FTW guy? Whoever he is.
Brian Cage?
Not Brian Cage, the new one. Something.
I know you're talking about. Ricky Starks?
Thank you, yeah. And it's I know who they are, sure. Am I really who am I watching AEW to see? I'm watching AEW to see CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho.
And all of those guys are over 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenny Omega might not be.
I think he's in his 30s.
Yeah, he might be in his late 30s. Mid to late 30s.
So, it is an issue, and they're going to have to come to terms with the issue because it's an issue that every wrestling promotion's going to have because everybody likes seeing people that they know and that they like.
Chris Jericho's 50. Actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, man.
But go ahead.
But I like Judas, though.
That's the thing. It's a good problem to have.
Yep.
But
at some point, you gotta call it.
Exactly. And they're not gonna say, "Hey, I'm just gonna go away. I'm just gonna leave all this behind."
Right.
I mean, look at the Undertaker. There was a whole documentary about how the Undertaker couldn't hang it up. He and Vince McMahon had such a great relationship that Vince McMahon kind of lets him decide when it's time. And even when the Undertaker would say, "Okay, I'm done," one phone call, he would be right back.
Right.
So now you get that with, let's say, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And Jericho's like, why would I leave? I can still work a match. I still got fans. But Jericho, you're completely out of shape and you're 50.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm over. So I mean, how does Jericho really
regulate himself?
When do you put him out of his misery and tell him you're done? That's the issue I have.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. They haven't had to make any yet because they're still pretty new.
Well, only time will tell at this point.
Yeah.
And I will say this: if WWE keeps making these silly we're gonna have the turnbuckle just give way during a title match, and we're gonna have our main women's champion lose in 5 seconds. Yeah, that's not gonna help their case. You don't win. I mean, I know they say any publicity is good publicity, but also people can just go, oh well, I know how this story ends. I'm just not gonna watch it.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, WWE could kind of help themselves out by not having poorly booked matches.
Yeah.
But,
and not, at least, man, I would love, it's so weird because honestly, WWE shouldn't be scared of AEW because they really don't have anything going for them other than wrestling. Their gimmicks over there aren't nearly as interesting other than they just got a lot of good wrestlers.
Which I like. I'm more into wrestlers than I am gimmicks.
Right.
And that's kind of the issue I have with WWE, especially with NXT 2.0. It's very gimmick heavy.
Yeah.
So
even Roman Reigns is a gimmick.
Yeah.
He's the mafia. He's Godfather.
Yeah. So and all the people who were not character driven are the ones that's being let go. And AEW's like, we want all the people.
Yeah, we'll take Bobby Fish. He's just a wrestler, sure.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. We'll take him.
Yeah.
So, and I like shows. I prefer that kind of style anyway.
Yeah.
Their roster is pretty much full of that, with the exception of a few, like Orange Cassidy and maybe a few others.
But Orange Cassidy is the ultimate gimmick. That's an indie gimmick, which is the ultimate gimmick.
Yeah, indies, you just do whatever you want.
I'm gonna put my hands in my pocket,
and everybody's gonna love it.
Everyone goes nuts when I lightly tap your shin.
I also kind of feel like there's a ceiling on Orange Cassidy, and I don't want to say
he was in the world title number one contender match. I'm like, okay, guys, come on. Orange Cassidy ain't about to come out here.
Did anybody really think he was going to win?
Exactly. He ain't about to come out here and be a world champion against Kenny Omega.
I love Orange Cassidy, but
would I want to see a match with him versus Kenny Omega? Sure.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Because Kenny Omega's going to have to go over the top with it.
Yeah. I think people would love it, and I think even if he won, people would love it in the moment. But people love Jinder Mahal winning the championship in the moment. I know I did, and then I hated it afterwards. Once that realization kicked in, like, where's this going?
I just wanted some context. That man showed up and was like, yeah, you're champion now. I'm like, okay, I guess.
That was all you were going to get to.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So that was the entire card. We talked about AEW and WWE.
And we will you know, as it stands right now, we will be doing a special Crown Jewel post Crown Jewel podcast on Thursday. What day is that?
The 18th.
Thursday, the 18th?
No, it's not the 18th.
Not the 18th. 20, yeah, the 21st.
There we go. That sounds
21st
right.
of October.
That sounds more realistic. Not the 8th. In my head, I've had the 18th this entire time. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's the 18th. And tomorrow's Monday.
21st of October. I don't know what time that's going to be. Sometime in the morning. Pacific.
Thank you. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Until
we will
then.
see y'all, on Thursday.
Peace.
Peace out.